Hey fans, welcome to another episode of Campus Live TV, presented by University Studies. I'm Reagan Heston. It's time for another episode of My TTU Journey, and you're about to hear from an amazing young woman and her journey in University Studies. We hope you enjoyed this episode, but first, a word from our sponsors.
You are about to hear from an amazing young woman and her journey in University Studies. You will no doubt be inspired by her interdisciplinary story. We want you to help students like Andrea succeed. Be a part of a global generosity movement for Giving Tuesday and take action today by donating at donate.givetotech.com.
My name is Andrea Adjei, and this is my TTU Journey. So I had a different path coming into Texas Tech. I actually went to Sam Houston my first 2 years. I thought I was gonna go to school for nursing and quickly realized that wasn't the path for me. So I transferred to Texas Tech, of course, met with an advisor kind of through my first few weeks, and really got to understand that this degree path was probably gonna be my best option because it gave me so much flexibility. I was able to really understand what I wanted, which wasn't a traditional degree path. I definitely had my hands in so many different pots, and I wanted to learn so many different things that University Studies allowed me to do that without feeling like I was subjected to just one type of degree. When I started looking into it, I realized that this program allowed you to really make yourself as beneficial to a company as possible. I didn't feel like with University Studies I had to only focus on one type of skill set. I wasn't just getting a degree in all things business. I was getting a degree in business plus public relations and international studies, and I understood how all three of those came together to be essential in any type of career path I took. And I think that's something that's really important for students to understand, is you don't have to feel like all you can bring to the table is this one degree that you got. There's avenues for you to say, oh, I'm a business major, but I also am educated in public relations and international studies, or I'm educated in women's studies, or, education. There's so many things that you can bring to the table, and I think that's really awesome to, especially going through interviews after college, to be able to say, I'm not this one-trick pony. I've got so many things to bring to the table. So University Studies is super flexible in the sense that I didn't have to just take a certain set of classes. I was able to say I want to take a PR class, or I want to take a history class. And when you think about business or public relations, history isn't what comes to mind, but I learned so much in those history classes that I brought into my business classes that I think is really important. And I think it really helped me learn how to be flexible and know that everything that I've experienced in life will all come together and kind of work together in each part of my journey. And I think that's a learning skill that educational or University Studies taught me that wasn't necessarily on the degree plan. There's not much I could change about this program. I think that University Studies gave me everything I was asking for. My advisors listened to me. They heard what I said when I explained to them what I wanted to do as far as my career path after college, and they presented each opportunity to help me get there. There was even things that I wasn't open to as far as taking classes in, and they explained to me how those classes could be just as beneficial as the classes I thought I needed for myself. So I definitely wouldn't change anything. If I could change anything, it would be I wish they could get more exposure on campus and more students would be more interested and get the opportunity to learn more about the program, because it's awesome. And I encourage everybody to look into University Studies, even if it's just a conversation. It definitely is an opportunity for you to see a different side of college and degree paths. You know, a lot of people probably would kind of second guess university studies because it doesn't have your traditional label when it comes to a degree. But I think anybody that might be having second thoughts on taking this path, I think for one, a conversation is always warranted. You know, like take some time and meet with an advisor and really take the opportunity to kind of like understand what you want for yourself. I know a lot of us go to college with the pressure of our parents and our family to go a certain degree path, but you know, I think to know yourself and then to have a conversation with that advisor and a group of advisors who really care about your education is super important. You know, university studies is just as an important degree as a finance degree or a business degree. And I think, you know, knowing that a title doesn't negate how, you know, the type of degree you have, I think it really is just important to just go and talk to someone and know that, you know, your path is your path, and it really just might take a different way than what you went into college thinking about. Your path is your path, and you know, it might have started one way, but a conversation at university studies might lead you another path, and I think it's worth the conversation. To all my TTU students, if you are on the fence, if you are someone like me that wants to kind of have your hand in everything and you don't want to ever limit yourself to your education, go and check university studies out. It was a great opportunity for me to just be able to say, hey, I want to learn 3 different type of career paths and get a degree and be able to talk to people about this degree and educate them about this degree plan. And I think it's been an awesome experience. I was tasked with the best advisors who cared for me and really met some amazing people. And I think that you know, it's worth the risk. And if you're a risk taker and you want your education to be as universal as possible, then university studies is the path for you. Hi, my name is Andrea Adjei, and this was my TTU Journey. Wreck-'em.
Well, that's it for this episode of My TTU Journey. We want to thank Andrea for sharing her story with us, and we hope you enjoyed watching. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to follow us on all socials at Campus Live TTU for all things Texas Tech and LBK. And until next time for Campus Live TV, I'm Reagan Heston.